Good morning and welcome to another episode of NinjaTrader Unplugged. I'm Michael Leidick with BackToTheFutureTrading.com. Today I've got a new free indicator for you. It's called Dynamic Support and Resistance. You have to say it like that, otherwise it doesn't sound as cool. Dynamic Support and Resistance. We don't talk a lot about support and resistance, and there's a few indicators in NinjaTrader that you can use, but this is a really cool one. Check it out. Now, right off the bat, it looks a little weird. Maybe even looks a little bit like floor trader pivots. If you've seen floor trader pivots before, you usually have a pivot point, and then you have R1 and R2, and then down here you have S1 and S2, and those are kind of okay. They're kind of okay because people watch them and the market will bounce off the pivot point and bounce off R1 once in a while. Maybe that's a good video for another day. But I want to show you why these are different. Dynamic support and resistance lines change. And so the computer is looking back hundreds of bars into the past. And it's saying, hey, where did all the major swings take place? Where did the market put in a bunch of swing lows? Where did the market put in a bunch of swing highs? And it's constantly crunching the numbers. And then over here on the right-hand side, it'll draw the top resistance levels above you and draw those in with red zones. So we'll just boom, sorry, wrong color. Boom, boom, boom. And then down below, it'll fill in support zones. So anything below price action, it's telling you, hey, remember, there's some pretty strong support. Bump, 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 here and here. So let's take a look. So on this chart, I have a couple indicators loaded. I have the EMA Slope color indicator, which is located in our NinjaTrader Unplugged Dropbox. You'll have access to that. And then the dynamic support and resistance lines. It's a new indicator in our NinjaTrader Unplugged Dropbox. And you'll see here I've got basically default settings, and I've changed the second parameter from 200 to 500. So here I'm telling the computer I want to see 3 levels above and 3 levels below the market of support and resistance. I want you to go back 500 bars to make your calculations. And then here's how strong of a pivot I'd like you to analyze when you're looking for places the market should have reversed or reversed. So here we're telling the computer, I want to see swings that had 5 bars above and below, or 5 bars below and above each one of the pivots you count in your calculation. And then you can see here the support zone color is blue and red, and then some basic cursory stuff. And when we're finished, we have this indicator now. And we'll see that we have the top levels above us indicating resistance areas where we really want to pay attention based on 500 bars of support and resistance in the past, what's been happening lately. And down below price action, L1, L2, L3 is telling us, listen, these are some strong areas we want to really pay attention to, places that we expect to see support when we come back in the future. So when you pair these two things together, you see some really unique opportunities. As the trend is moving higher, you can use these levels as support. And now as the trend is starting to destabilize and potentially move lower, we can start to make some assumptions, perhaps, with regards to risk and reward. We might say that L1 is now the active resistance level. Well, if that's the case, we see that the distance between these levels is about 3 ES points. But the next level down is about 8 3/4 points, almost 9 points, for about a 3-to-1 risk reward. So trying to keep our risk reward levels in line with maybe our trading plan's rules, we might say, I'm only going to look for trades that have at least a 2-to-1 or a 3-to-1 reward to risk ratio. And that's one way this tool can help you. It can say, listen, there's some substantial support down here at L1. This is a pretty low risk trade right now. And that might help you test the market, especially as the trend starts to reverse and roll over. And vice versa, as you're coming up to the market with support levels underneath you, you might be able to identify longer entries now where your stop might be here and your target might be there. And you'd say, well, that's not worth it. It's about a little under 1 to 1. So in each one of the cases, it allows you to make a new decision and say, well, maybe I'll just keep my stop right under this level. And now it's 4 to 1. And we'll see where it goes. Target 1, target 2, target 3. So a lot of opportunities to use this indicator. I'll show you some examples on some different markets. Here's an example of what's happening on crude futures right now. Again, using a 4-range chart. You can see where the support level was and where it got tagged. You can see where the support level is right now and what's happening where the market is sitting. Moreover, you can also see what happened when we came up near the resistance level on the way down in our downtrend. So we had a very small risk here and a fairly large reward from 52 to 75. So almost 15 open ticks. Now as we break through that support level, look how the computer recalculates and says, okay, these are the levels underneath us. And that bottom level there stays true. Let's take a look at another market. Here's the euro currency futures on a 4-range chart. Again, similar situation. We're above the trend line. We're at support. The next resistance level is here and here. So we have a clear understanding of what structure is based on the size of the swings and the power of the reversals at those points in the past. So this is a really great way to incorporate support and resistance into your trading and be aware of places that you might have forgotten were important support and resistance levels in the past, as opposed to looking at a static indicator like the pivot points that don't change as market conditions change. I'm going to save a copy of this indicator in our NinjaTrader Unplugged Dropbox. To get it, just go to our website, backtothefuturetrading.com/unplugged. Pause the video here and write that down. Type it into your browser. Okay, when you get there, you just got to put your first name and your email, and we'll send you the link to the Dropbox where you can get all of the templates used in this video, as well as the indicator itself to download to your NinjaTrader and install it on your machine. I'm Michael Leidick with Back to the Future Trading. Lots of great free stuff out there for NinjaTrader. You don't have to spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars when you first get started. Sometimes it's great to just get familiar with the basics, the tools that are in your NinjaTrader that come stock, default, and then a couple of the free ones that are floating around there that have some pretty solid underpinnings. I think you're going to like this one a lot. Thanks again. Take care. And remember, the markets you trade are not random.